one of my most important issues. Like I said, when I got elected to office, I wanted to do the structural things that affect our community. And when I knocked on doors and I figured out what was actually going on in communities, I realized that there were not just a few, but the majority of people in certain communities that had either no high school diploma, and which also led to most of them having a felon, which actually gives them 0% chance of having a job. And what happens is that then it perpetuates itself, and in terms of the community, it becomes a cancer in the community of crime and drugs and all of the social ills that you see that comes in poor socioeconomic communities really stems from this inability to be able to integrate themselves into regular society. And so as long as we have that in place, we will continue to have those social ills in place. And so we can't continue to allow people to live at a curse for the rest of their life because they made a mistake. And if we expect them to be able to be reintegrated into society, then we have to give them the opportunity to do so. And that's why the ban the box legislation and the expungement law legislations and all the things that I have done to fight for this is very important, because these gives people not only the right to apply for jobs and housing, but it goes to the core of something else, which is dignity. And dignity is very important for a lot of people. Could you imagine going and getting a door slammed in your face 50 times, 100 times because of something that you did maybe 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and then you become hopeless. And I don't think government should ever make people feel hopeless. And I always say this, is that this is the truth, that people are always going to eat. We always, in order for you to live and for me to live, we have to eat. And people will eat the right way or the way they have to. And but you better believe they're going to eat. And so we can do it where they can have a job and be able to provide for their families, or we can continue to alienate this segment of the population out of our society, and they can continue to hop through people's houses and steal stuff, or sell drugs, or prostitute themselves, or live a life of crime to be able to eat. And so it's up to the public of what choice we want to make, of which way we want to go with that. And I think that the more that we have this conversation and the more it brings to light, I think the public and our public officials and elected officials are choosing to give people dignity.